Yo, 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 yo. This is your boy LeBron, female rapper lead, back with another video. Look, you already know. If you're new to the channel, please make sure that you subscribe to the channel. Make sure that you like this video. Hit the bell notification, hit all notifications so you have this video or all my videos in your possession. You know what I'm saying? So listen, tonight we're gonna talk about two stories. The first one really threw me for a loop. I just actually learned about the first one involving a 9-year-old. Uh, this situation is just crazy, and that happened actually, in Houston. So we're gonna touch on that. Just give me 1 second. Just trying to bring this up. 1 second. And 1 second. And 1 second. Yeah. So, all right. So I got it up. I got the other page up. All right. So we're going to be discussing that. The 9-year-old she was murdered by her mom's boyfriend, allegedly. So we're going to go through that. Also, the Felicia Johnson, she was dismembered in Houston after meeting up with a guy off of Snapchat. He offered to pay her $500 for meeting up. I don't know what happened with that. I think, let's go into that story first, actually. Let's do that. Give me a second. Let's see. All right. Felicia. All right. So, man now charged with murder in Felicia Johnson case was released from custody after her death, documents say. But listen, there was an update on this recently, and they just updated this article, actually, I think yesterday. What happened actually was he was released, and now he's on the run and they can't find him. So check this name out. Chukweubuka Nwobodo is charged with murder and tampering with physical evidence, according to the court documents. He was in custody about a month ago, but was released. So he's definitely from Africa with a name like that. So he murdered her. She met him off of Snapchat, and it's crazy. So listen, a man charged with murder in connection with the disappearance of a 24-year-old woman search for. Wait, hold on. I already just stand. I caught it. Let me bring that up. And let me bring that through. And let me bring that up. And let me bring that through. All right. So listen, bring that over. Bring it a little closer. All right. So, Chukweubuka Nwobodo, 28, faces felony charges in the disappearance of Felicia Johnson. Nwobodo is charged with murder and tampering, fabricating physical evidence, according to the documents. He is not in custody, so he's on the run right now. So documents obtained by KHU 11 News shows Nwobodo made multiple searches for ways to destroy evidence. There were also searches of possibly how to dispose of a body if police can check phone records of a dead person. Damn. Yo, when I tell you these people be dumber than dumb, yo, keep going. So, Johnson was reported missing on April 16. Her father believes she disappeared after interviewing for a job at an adult entertainment club in Houston's northwest side. All right, what happened? But police say an investigation revealed Johnson left a hotel in Houston's medical center in the early morning hours of April 16th. According to the documents, Nwobodo ordered the Uber ride for Johnson after she posted an advertisement on an escort website. That's crazy that her dad knows that, though. Can we just reread that? Let me just go back. Hold on a second. Johnson was reported missing on April 16th. Her father believes she disappeared after interviewing for a job at an adult entertainment club on Houston's northwest side. Damn, so her dad was in the know for that? In the know? What you think about that? I mean, at least she was open, but what does that say? Like I don't know. All right, keep going. So what happened? Police say an investigation revealed that Johnson left a hotel in Houston's medical center in the early morning hours of April 16. According to documents, Nwobodo ordered the Uber for a ride for Johnson after she posted an advertisement on the escort website. Nwobodo then picked Johnson up at the apartment complex at the 3200 block of Wind Chase Boulevard, which is an address of an apartment from which he recently moved. All right, so they removed some video. Police say Nwobodo then took Johnson to his current residence on South Richmond Avenue and killed her before disposing of her phone. Police said that they believe Nwobodo disposed of the bodies a few days after the murder. Documents say Nwobodo received treatment on the right hand at the local clinic on the morning of April 16th, claiming he cut himself while opening boxes. Yeah, okay. Oh man, Nwobodo is seen on surveillance footage with a bandage wrap on his right hand while at Walmart purchasing trash bags, a flashlight, and towels on April 16th, 17th, according to the documents. He also purchased a mechanical saw from Walmart and Home Depot. A mechanical saw? Yo, her body has yet to be recovered, but investigators say that during the search of the apartment on Richmond, they found DNA evidence that is a strong match to Johnson's. On April 20th, investigators say internet searches connected to Nwobodo's Gmail account shows that he looked up bleach or vinegar could destroy DNA. On April 21st, the same account conducted another search for the most forested part of Houston. He's a good animal. Several days later, on April 27th, Nwobodo's account searched how to delete your history completely. The next day, documents say that the account searched for multiple ways to get away with murder. Nwobodo also looked up 15 cheapest places to live in the world, $1,000 a month. Why would you even do that? And you got to go through this to do this shit now. What happened? Did he get there and she was trying to beat his ass or something? Like, I don't know what she did, or, I don't know what happened. This whole situation is just crazy, though. It's just like, was that worth it? Listen, we're going to talk about it. Listen, on May 3rd, Nwobodo's account searched if police could check the phone records of a missing person and if police can unlock a phone during an investigation, according to documents. Those searches came days after Johnson's bloody phone was found in Bear Creek Park. On May 13th, Nwobodo was taken into custody during a traffic stop. Nwobodo was not charged after the traffic stop. He was released, but a cell phone in his pocket was seized. Documents say the cell phone contained a photograph of a dismembered female in addition to 3 photos of deceased individuals. These individuals in the photos were not identified and no metadata was associated with them. Anybody with information on Nwobodo's whereabouts on this case is urgent to contact, the information for Crime Stoppers Homicide. Wow. Isn't that crazy? What would make a person...
Boy meets girl. Girl likes boy.
We ain't about to do
boy
that.
Thinks
Hold
it's
on
love.
a second.
Cue romantic montage, blah, blah. Boy doesn't want to fly home, tears, yada, yada. Skipping over the juicy bits to get to the really juicy bit, which is this.
Hold on a second.
Boy didn't pay change fees when he changed his flight to stay.
That shit off. The hell? Some ad started automatically playing. I want to bring up some pictures of her because she's a beautiful girl. Like, unfortunately, this shit is just unfortunate. You see what I'm saying? You said I'm scared to date. That's crazy. Don't live in fear, Big Barbie. I think that you definitely need to be watchful of people, places, and things. You need to be watchful of people's behavior when you first meet people. Of course, they're gonna sell some shit to you. They're gonna sell the best person, the best image. You know what I'm saying? It's up to you to figure out and crack the code. It's up to you not to let people get so involved in your life early on and giving them your address and just getting. But you know what? All of that talk about this is not going to prevent what happened with them too. She was an escort. Her dad knew. Her dad knew what she was up to. Unfortunately, she just crossed the wrong guy, I think. And what the hell was wrong with him for doing this to her? What happened? Was he not gonna pay her and then she became buck? Like, I don't know. I can't blame her and I don't want to blame her in her absence. Definitely not. Let's see. That's right. I want to bring up, let me see. Let me go to my Google because I want to bring up some photos of her. I know I got her on the on the thumbnail, but I just wanted to show her, like, nah, she's beautiful. Like, what the hell? This shit is crazy. This is why I'm telling y'all, right? Just be blessed to be alive, like, real talk. And then the next story is even crazier, like, to me. And I think this story is more of what I would focus on because it involves kids. And not to take anything away from why did I bring that up? Hold on a second. I'm not supposed to be bringing that up. Give me a second. All right, Felicia Johnson. Not to take the focus off Felicia because Felicia's demise is definitely important, but it's something that I'm starting to see trending a lot with these kids and these women in these relationships, and these men is taking out the kids. They trying to take you out. Wait till you hear this next story. It's chilling. And I don't care what nobody say. You could call me fake. You could say whatever you want. But when I look into the faces of these little kids who are being killed, of course they not twins, and of course they don't look like people in my family or nothing, but I look at these little girls like that could be my niece. Like, you know what I'm saying? Think about it for a second of if that is my niece. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, like, when you put it like that, when you look at these people, these are not some aliens from some deranged place. These are human beings. Like, wait till we get into that story. Let me just bring this up real quick. Felicia Johnson, beautiful woman. You know, she was about her money, obviously. And that man got with her. He couldn't handle it. So they got the disappearance timeline. Let's go there. Let's see if it bring out there. It ain't bring out there. Hold up. Let's bring that up real quick. How long I've been up here? 10 minutes. That's cool. So we have to get into that other story within the next 3 to 4 minutes. So let's just bring up this last thing. Was this the same one? Hold on a second. Let me cut this music off real quick, and then, all right, let me cut that off real quick, and then let me play this video because I definitely want them to give some info on this. Hopefully, they
or can read for people with reading.
Let's turn that down until it get, yeah. Now I can't see it. Oh, okay. Let's go.
Read a recipe.
Please make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell notification, all notifications, all that.
Read anything.
Oh man, come on.
Reading.
Let's go. Let's go.
I think we got work to do, and we're ready to do it.
It was Texas.
Yo, what is, yo, what the fuck is this? Oh, wait, oh, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, because I'm thinking, hold on a second. I was wrong. I was going to be like, yo, what the hell is this?
Found Felicia Johnson's purse in Bear Creek Park, close to where Johnson's family found her cell phone. And it was Texas EquiSearch volunteers that found Felicia Johnson's purse in Bear Creek Park, close to where Johnson's family found her cell phone. And although Houston police believe the 24-year-old was murdered, they still have not found her body.
Bear Creek Park, it's thick in
Beautiful
areas.
Too.
There's some little roads that go off. There's some little areas that would be simple to pull in and dump something and get out without being seen.
Tim Miller says his volunteers stand ready to search again. The suspect, Chukweubuka Nwobodo, is charged with murder, but still on the run.
We actually didn't even do call outs for all of our members because we didn't want the possible suspect to know where we were searching or what we were doing.
According to court documents, here's the timeline Houston police homicide detectives have laid out. On April 16th at 2:56 in the morning, Johnson is last seen at the Intercontinental Hotel at the medical center. She gets into an Uber HPD says was ordered by Nwobodo. He responded, detectives say, to an ad Johnson placed online. The Uber took Johnson to Nwobodo's old address on Windchase. Then he picks her up and takes her to his apartment on South Richmond, according to police. An hour later, his car is seen on...
That's crazy. I used to have this customer that lived on Windchase in those apartments right over there, and I didn't realize that. And then South Richmond, that's right over there. I moved away from that area. I don't really like living in the city. Like, you know what I'm saying? I really like that, the outskirts. But yeah, it'd be crazy, man.
Surveillance video leaving the complex, and at 5:12
so he ordered the Uber to his house, but then brung her somewhere else so it wouldn't be documented. Do you think this was, he knew he was going to do this? That's some crazy
the morning, Johnson's phone connects with a cell tower near where her family finds it in Bear Creek Park later that day. The next 2 days, HPD says receipts show Nwobodo took out money, purchased supplies, and his internet searches included things like most forested parts of Houston. On May 13th, detectives got search warrants for his car and apartment. He was taken into custody during a traffic stop, but it's unclear when he was released. In the apartment, investigators found very strong support of Johnson's DNA, and in his car, a gun, knife, and shovel.
My fear is now that, and hopefully I'm wrong, this is one of them cases where she's never going to be found.
Why'd it go off? I ain't muted. I think they stopped it. Maybe that was it, and that was just
They do not want you to hear this.
Oh, that was pretty shitty.
Oh my god.
How they just stopped it like that? They didn't even say nothing. That was pretty shitty. Yeah, that was. KHOU. So I think I ran through this article anyway. I just wanted to play the video. What is this? I think, yeah, this is the same video we played, but yeah, beautiful. Very beautiful. Who gives a shit if she was about her money? She didn't deserve to go on a date and get her money and deserve that to happen. Lady, I'm telling you, there is something going on and trending. I don't know if it's from the new generation of people. Well, he's 28 years old. I consider him to still be young too. I don't know what it is, and it's just like they treating lives like a burnt, like they treating life like they're treating people's lives like it's just some burnt popcorn that they just, they don't like it and they just throw it in the trash. Like it's just disposable, and people are treating lives like it's disposable, and that's the scariest shit to me. And I don't be trying to like make my niece scared, but I be having these conversations with her about shit like this, and like, can I just tell you? No, that conversation is more appropriate for the next topic. And I'm gonna tell you some shit, and then I think it would even make you guys mad. Yep, she just responded to me. Oh my God, these mothers' boyfriends killing kids are just unbelievable. It's real. And yep, I'm gonna tell you some shit just to be open with you, and people don't even be realizing, but a lot of people be in toxic situations. I think that shit is funny until you fucking catch a bad one, a sad one. You know what I'm saying? So let's get this off the screen. I want to get into the next story that just to bring up. Let's see. One moment. Damn. Give me a second. I think they updated this article and said that they located him. All right. So let's bring up this story. So this story involves a 9-year-old Khylie Sorrels, and she was shot by her mother's boyfriend, Jeremiah Jones, last night in the Heights. And what's so crazy? It's just like, I don't know. Maybe it's just me, having brothers listening to shit and just trying to catch a vibe of a person or whatever. It's like, first and foremost, I want to say this, where that girl was staying at in them apartments. Cause I think I even looked them apartments up before, and I was like, oh shit, I think they start off at like 1,500. The Heights ain't no cheap ass place to be living. She lived in the Heights. I don't think any place is free of crime or anything like that, but that would be one of the last places that you think something like that'll happen in. I'm telling you, them apartments start at 1,500, 1 bedroom, 1,500, 1 bedroom. Shit, I be thinking that my little 12 is something. You know what I'm saying? 1,500, yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, yeah. And I'm pretty sure she got 2 kids. I don't know if I seen other videos or photos with the other kids and shit. Like, let me just bring this up for y'all because this shit hurt me. And I don't know what it is. I'll be like, like today I was going home and I was like reading and like about this and everything like that. I'm like, a person would look in my car and they would think that something is going, like, you know what I'm saying? And they don't even know that I done read something online, and it's like, this shit is just horrible. It seems like it's happening every day. It seems like it's trending. And I don't know what it is, but I'm going to just brainstorm really quick what the fuck I think it is. And I'm not just going to blame it on a whole era of people from the 90s, because everybody that's from that era is not bad. But I do think there is something going on with a lot of the younger kids growing up now. I don't feel like a lot of them have empathy or concern or care. I really do think like the hip hop music, like, see, back then we did have variety. A lot of it was gangsta, but it's like we have variety. And I think the kids are worse now. It's like all these rappers bragging about having bodies and all of this shit. I think is really doing something to kids. I do think it is. People want to tear apart people like Nicki when she got her body done and shit like that. And they want to be like, oh, she made women do that. So how can you blame one person for one section of a thing, and they can admit to, like, hey, I know I was influential in this, but you can't blame the other. You got to admit the music does matter. It do matter. I think it does. And a lot of the music is very negative nowadays. All of that King Von and shit people like. And a lot of these people behind the scenes of rap music, I know people be wanting to love people, but a lot of people don't be really good people either. They don't. It's unfortunate to say, but a lot of them don't be really good people. You know what I'm saying? So Man, I just say that to say, let's just continue with this shit just to get into it. I was trying to stall out for a second because I was like, damn, I didn't want to see her face. So police arrest capital murders suspect accused of shooting ex-girlfriend's 9-year-old daughter. Could you imagine? Police say Khylie Sorrels was shot by Jeremiah Jones last night in Houston. This is somewhere that's like maybe like 25 minutes away from where I live from right now. Could you imagine that cute little girl? She was 9 years old. And I'm going to tell you this. I don't give a fuck what you're saying. You could be like, oh, you're reaching this and that. No, that looked like a little girl that could be in my family. That looked like a little girl that I've probably seen features of the way that she looks before. Like, that's fucked up. That is fucked up. He's 22 years old, right? He don't got no, to me, I can't judge. I'm judging based how I feel. It's like, I don't know. Some people just look soulless, lifeless. And, you know, he had some audio with his brother trying to support and protect him. And I don't think his brother, this is going to draw back on the emotional intelligence. I don't think he realized by some of the things that he was saying. It was just like, we'll get to that once we get there. Let's just play this right now. Let's let the ad go through. Because this story is just fucked up. Like, I seen some posts too from on the neighborhood talk. Let me skip this real quick.
This evening, another child shot and killed in the Houston area in just the span of 24 hours.
Man.
Police say a domestic dispute in the Heights claimed the life of a 9-year-old. Police say Khylie Sorrels was shot by her mother's ex-boyfriend in an apartment off Oxford Street last night.
It comes just a day after a 7-year-old boy was killed while he was in bed.
I don't care what you say. That little girl looked like somebody who could be in your family. Even though she ain't your blood, she looked like that. And I'm telling you, when that shit get close, this is why I'm telling you every day I'm going out here when I'm out in the world. Like, listen, I'm blessed to be alive. But when I see shit like that happening to babies, these demons that they like being called demons, is all of these people, all of this pain and shit that people are causing in the community to people, to women. It's like, this was not right. This girl is 9 years old. Come on, look at that poor little baby. She did not deserve that. School just got over, so she ain't going back to school. That shit is
My
wrong.
mother's ex-boyfriend in an apartment off Oxford Street last night.
It comes just a day after a 7-year-old boy was killed while he was in bed after a drive-by shooting Sunday night in the Cloverleaf area. And 3 boys were shot at an apartment complex in South Houston early this morning. They are expected to be okay. Anayeli Ruiz keeping track of it all. She joins us now live. Anayeli, Chief Troy Finner just spoke out about these shootings against children.
Well, that's right. Chief released a statement about these senseless acts. And in this statement, he's asking the suspect to turn himself in.
What is going on?
A horrible shooting on Monday night has left the family of 9-year-old Khylie Sorrels in mourning. Investigators say 22-year-old Jeremiah Jones intentionally shot and killed Khylie shortly before 10 p.m.
Lord.
What they believe was revenge. These are the pictures Kylie's mother shared with us. Investigators say the mom and her 3 daughters were watching a movie in room when Jones suddenly shut up. The door was left unlocked by a mom's cousin who lives with them.
Oh my God.
Jones confronted the mom and even ripped the TV off the wall.
Oh
They
my
say
God.
Jones was upset about the breakup with Kylie's mother. Investigators say two then ended up in the living room where the argument continued. They say Jones demanded her phone and accused her of cheating. That is when they say he went back to the bedroom and shot Khylie in the head. The mom told police he came back out and shot her before taking off. They were both rushed to the hospital. That is where 9-year-old Khylie later died.
Oh my
Chief
God.
Finner releasing this statement today saying this senseless act of domestic violence hits home for him and the HPD family. This sweet girl was a student member of the Police Activities League. He asked the community to pray for his angel.
She didn't deserve that. He intentionally did that. The only question I got, and I feel like you can't point the finger. I don't know how old the mom is, but if that guy is 22 years old, you got a 9-year-old. I don't know how old he is. I don't know if her age even matters at this point. And it's like, the way that I even heard the brothers even talking about, it's like a little girl just died. It's like, y'all saying is, let's be open and fair, right? All of this is just like, they saying that he did it, and the brother is saying that he was somewhere else. I don't feel like he should have did that, but I don't feel like this should have happened. This is just a fucked up situation. This 9-year-old girl, you know what I'm saying? That could be your family member. That shit is wrong. I don't know. Sometimes this shit really makes me scared because it's like when we were younger, most you hear like kidnapping, stuff like that. Were kids dying like that and we just didn't know about it? Maybe because there was no internet? Was there domestic disputes like that where kids was just, I don't feel like it was. Stuff like this is just like national news. And I feel like it's happening so much where it's like not becoming, and it's just like local news. But this is fucked up. You know what? Like, yo, I have to pay attention to that actually to see if it's something good or not, because it's like every time I have a story like this that I tell, I always get this feeling that I felt like, and I always compare it to like when my grandfather was going through what he was going through. And, I think he made it through that time in the hospital actually. But when you feel like with me, I don't know if you could kind of tell like in my voice, but when I feel a certain type of way, it's like, I feel like I'm trying to be quiet, but it's like that shit is really fucking with me because nah, like, yo, that's why one reason when I used to work in a nursing home, even working we used to work in the kitchen and dietary and shit like that, you still get close and connected to people. And that shit was just odd for me to just be seeing people and talking to them for months. And then the next thing you know, oh, you know, did you see they packed them up? The funeral home came and got them because when you die in a nursing home, you don't go to the hospital. They come and get you and they just bring you to the funeral home. So we will always see the little the hearse in the back and be like, oh shit, who they coming to pick up? And you see them rolling the body through. Yeah. So that type of work ain't for me. Yeah, it's not. But I just feel bad when it's different when adults perish. But when a baby, when they had a chance at life, she didn't have any type of terminal illness or anything. She didn't deserve that.
Her mother and her family. Kylie's mom tells us she loved being a part of the league, loved playing basketball. She would have been a fifth grader at Windsor Village Elementary and was going to
She had her Yeezys on.
turn 10 years old on July 10th.
That's hard, man.
Kylie's mom tells us she was released from the hospitals last night. She says her two other daughters were not injured. Now police investigators are looking for Jones. They say he's now facing capital murder charges. He does have a lengthy criminal history. Reporting live, Ana Luis, KHOU of the News.
So very hard, so very sad for that mother and her family. Anna tonight, thank you.
Could you imagine seeing your older sibling taken out in front of you? Could you imagine what those little kids are going through, what type of therapy that they gonna need? Like, that shit is fucked up. That is wrong. Like, what? Like, this guy is 22 years old. They saying that he did it allegedly, but it's like, this is why. And you can't. I could say that shit until I'm blue in the face. Sometimes it just might be better to be single. To be honest with you, for the ladies. If you single, especially if you got a daughter, do your daughter a favor and keep yourself single up until she's at least 18, not to get out the house. Yeah, I think that you should be selfish with her time and everything like that, because a lot of times what happens is that you invest all that time into guys and then you start losing focus of your daughter. And then it's like, let me tell you, I know how it goes. You be so caught up with your nigga, like the new guy, the guy who's not her father. You be so caught up with him where he don't want to do no family shit or some shit like that with you and your child. So then your daughter's 14, 15, asking you, Ma, can I go places? And she know you're going to say, yeah, because you so fucking busy with what you doing. I know how it goes. Yep. Yeah, I let her go. I try to let her go, let her go. And the next thing you know, she might be pop up pregnant or some shit like that. No. Hell no. Hell no. No. You still got to be a mom. And sometimes people lose themselves in relationships. So I want to tell y'all something like that's personal to me. And call me crazy or whatever, right? But just understand where I'm going with this. And I try to tell my niece, and I try to tell her in but so many ways how I don't like certain things. So for example, my niece is 15 years old. She knows her dad, grew up with him, whatever. Her mom moved on. She's married to a new guy, whatever the case may be. When the guy first got out of prison, my niece was telling me she was uncomfortable and stuff like that. Me as an uncle, I shook the motherfucking ground. I'm not one of the, let me tell you something. One thing about LaRon, I'm not the friend that you're going to tell me that somebody hurt you. I can't even pretend. You might be mad at me for a few days. Like, why did you approach them? Because I have to. Because you won't. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and especially shout out to my friend Tanya TKO. She's one of these people because I brainstormed with her and I would tell her stuff. She was like, if you don't say something, you failed her. You failed her. Like, you know what I'm saying? She was like, you gotta say something. I ran it past her. As soon as like she was just telling me how she was uncomfortable. She was like, you be even being on the phone right now, you wasting time. She's like, you failed her. You already failed her. She said, act on it. Yeah. When you have information, and you know what's so crazy? I didn't really need her to tell me to do that, but I just wanted to throw it at her. Like, you know, with certain things, like my niece was like, you know, my stepfather, you know, I don't want him buying me certain things like bras and underwear. I don't like that. She was like, I'm older. I could buy my own stuff online or whatever. And she was just like, my mom will get mad at me like, oh, I'm being ungrateful, XYZ. And she's like, no, I don't want him knowing what size I wear and stuff like that. Listen, this is 14 years old, my niece saying that. Trust me, she was bred well. I taught both of my nieces since they was little girls about what privacy is, what that means. I'm telling you, yes, I taught them about that. I taught them about people, funny touches, about older men, and you know, just inappropriate shit. People just having type, you know. And now that they're getting into the work world, I got to teach them about the game with working and when you go to work and how you conduct yourself. And, you know, especially if you're working in a job and it's customer centric, don't be getting fixated on customers either, because you don't want a nigga stalking you at your job. You want to keep that shit very high and by. I'm telling you, it'll go bad for you quick. It'll go bad for you quick. And you think that shit a joke. You think you just going to Popeyes to work that shift. Oh, and you got a nice little fat ass too, and you keep laughing and doing all this shit. You better take them orders and keep it moving. Like, listen, man, the shit just goes deep with especially when it comes to a child. Like, you know, thank God, like, not even for me, but I worked at a nursing home. So I was kind of like, but I still was around a lot of shit that was happening to the women that was working there, you know, getting caught up. And I remember my one friend, yo, I used to feel so bad for her. It was this one guy that basically would harass her, and he would walk basically down to her block every day after work begging. This guy, yo, I could say his name because nobody don't know him, and he's not even from there, but his name was Dennis. But it was like he wanted her pussy so bad, he would walk her all the way from our job all the way down to the end of Pennsylvania and just beg, like, let me eat the pussy one time. I'm telling you, I'm being honest. He begged her, and she would ask me, like, yo, walk me down to this street. And then we would always just split there. And she only had a little bit of way to get to her house. But she was like, that nigga is mad weird. You know, he asked me if he could do this. Yeah. Like, and you know, Dennis, he was like 26 at the time, and we were still in high school. My friend was in 11th grade at that time. I was in 10th grade. So it was crazy. I'm telling you. Anyway, we getting off subject. What I want to say is like, so, you know, I blew that whole situation up when my niece told me that. I was just like, yo, you know, I spazzed on her mom and just told her, like, look, I understand that he coming home, but why you ain't communicate with my brother? Like, it's just because he's, you know, disabled and going through shit. She still got family. So if she's uncomfortable and you just bring your man home, why can't we work out some situation that maybe she stays there 4 days, 3 days off and on until she gets acclimated? You don't just dump somebody new into your daughter's, your teenage budding girl, your budding teenage girl's household. You know, my niece went through it, and that's why my niece was one of those kids last summer that was wearing sweatshirts. You know how them kids be wearing sweatshirts and stuff. But she tell me that she tells me, her uncle, she knows that she's maturing and that she's growing, and she says that she just don't feel comfortable in the house with stuff on like that. So she wears sweatshirts and stuff like that. She just don't feel it. She just don't. And I'm telling you, little girls like that who are in the house with guys who are not their father, I heard that there was some research. Like, yeah, do the research. They say little girls who are even in the home with guys who are not their dad. I think they said they go into puberty faster or whatever. I'm not sure if that's the same thing for women, but you know, look it up. Just see if there's any validity to that. But anyway, so my niece told me that, whatever the case may be. And then, you know, my niece be telling me like how she don't really like him. And she, you know, she knows she has a little attitude and stuff like that. So even though from like when the guy got out like 2 years ago, I just be telling him, I'm like, yo, I know you be having a little attitude, but I said, but be careful. You don't want him to just flip one day and get mad at you. So apparently he hasn't done that, because she tells me everything, right? So her mom has this thing. So let me just tell you this. This is what I don't like, because I always think about situations like the situation tonight that we reading about, when the guy took out the girlfriend's daughter, right? Her mom does this thing that when she's fighting, when her mom does this thing that when she's fighting with her husband now, she'll be like, I hate you and my daughter doesn't like you either. And I said, why the fuck did she do that? her mom will get into an argument with her husband and say, I don't like you and my daughter don't like you either. She said what she don't like what her mother does is that when they in good spirits, she'll say, oh, our daughter. And then she said when her mother is mad at her stepfather, she'll say, my daughter. And she's like, my daughter hates you. And I said, I don't know what I don't think that that's positive at all. And you might be blind eye to that because you're a teen, but that could quickly spiral. And I honestly feel like her mother is one of those people where I don't know if he would do that to her, but I think she would have a hard time getting away from him. And yeah, I'm praying and just hoping for my niece to make it to 18 and just be able. And I'm not saying that her mom is a horrible person, but she makes bad choices in men. And then again, she's in one of those situations. Her mom don't got brothers. She don't have like, father and shit like that. A guy could get connected to her and be like, I ain't fucking going nowhere, bitch. I'll beat your ass. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes girls can't get rid of niggas. They can't. And I'm wondering if that was the case with her, like with this woman, with her and that situation with her 9-year-old. She got younger daughters. I guess was she the oldest one? The 9-year-old was the oldest. So how old is this? How old is this woman and he shot her too? So you see what I'm saying? Like the shit is just crazy. The shit crazy. So yeah, I don't like that. I don't like that when my niece tells me that. She said when her mom gets into arguments with her stepfather, she'd be like, I hate you and my daughter doesn't like you either. That's just a recipe for, I feel like if he gets mad, yeah. Playing games with these kids, shaking my head, LaRon, keep teaching your niece real. I don't like stepdads, and this is why I moved my younger sister into my house. Yeah, you got to be careful with them. And girls, I believe, and you know what? I was so proud. And let me just tell you this, right? I believe that every little girl deserves to have, not just with her father, maybe an uncle, whether it's an uncle or a cousin. Every little girl deserves to have a masculine energy around her that is not a threat to her, that is not trying to take something from her, that she could just exist and just be, right? When my niece came to Houston, let me just tell you how it was. She was here for a week, right? We would sit out on the couch and talk for hours, look up YouTube videos and do stuff like that. But when she was done talking, she went in that room, and my niece would be in that room sometimes for 3 hours. I would check her and be like, are you okay? Are you depressed? She would start laughing. She's like, yeah, I'm just an only child. I like to be on my own. But she would come out for a little while. But I granted her that space. I didn't force her and be like, come out. No, I give her space. I made sure that she was cozy. I made sure that she had her space. It's very important for little girls to be secure around men and don't feel like it's like you not doing the weird shit. No, she didn't want to be in the living room no more. We talked a lot already. I could see if she was doing that the whole time she was there. No, come on. Just because you home, I made sure that she was comfy so that when she came here, she could do that. And I think it's important when little girls have those relationships with guys that they could trust, guys who have their back. You know what I'm saying? Guys who teach them the game. You know what I'm saying? Like guys who don't want anything for them, but just want them to be okay. And just, you know what I'm saying? I think it's very important. As an uncle, and I'm like, damn, she's in New York. But I'm telling you, we had extensive conversations down to emotional intelligence, just talking about how to win arguments with people where shit don't even be that deep. And I just be like, grow your ball and throw it quick, get it out. She told me the other day, she said, I came home and my mom acted like she wasn't mad no more. I said, keep it moving. Don't be stuck. Like with certain things, I said, it ain't worth it. It ain't worth it. Throw your ball quick and keep it moving. Don't be stuck in your feelings. And then you wasted all these time and these emotions. And then it's not even, that's why I told her, let me tell you something. Her mom was mad at her the other day, yelled at her over some shit because her mom going through something personal. And when she called me, she said, oh, I got to call you back. My mom's on the other line. And my niece, sometimes she'll freeze up. I said, I know your mother is out right now, but still ask her to get your hair stuff. I said, she mad, but all she could say is no. And she got it. See, I'm going to ask her. And I think that's just the male in me. And that's why sometimes I get a little upset at women, because sometimes I feel like I don't be asking. Like, I'm one of those people, you going to tell me no. I'm going to ask you. You're going to tell me no. And I learned this from one of my friends too. And she said, women are like that. They'll need to go all the way down the block and they'll ask you for a ride to the corner. Nope. I'm going to ask you for a ride. Yeah, I'm asking. Yeah, I'm one of those ones who be like, yeah, you take it. You damn, you ask. You damn right I'm going to ask. People think I ask too many questions sometimes, but I always have clarity. You know what I'm saying? So Yeah, your stepdad went through your panty drawer. See, weirdo shit, weirdo, weirdo. So listen, you don't know if you don't ask. That's why I'm saying, like, and my friend, this is why I tried to tell this girl at work. She was like, she was just kind of opening up to me the other day. In the beginning, she was just like, how she's raising her daughter different. Her mother was a narcissist. She talked down on everything that she did. She said, I'm raising my daughter different. And she was just telling me, and I kind of think that's why she be mad at me when I always ask questions and clarification from my manager and shit. But that's from you growing up. Just because you couldn't ask questions doesn't mean I could. And I made like a comment like that one day, and I wasn't trying to be mean, but she tried to be funny in front of people and try to be like, "Oh, you always asking something." And I was like, "Yeah." I said I ask questions for clarification. I grew up in a house where I could ask my mother anything. I'm telling you, no, I didn't grow up and like couldn't say anything. No, nigga. To be honest with you, I'm gonna be honest just to set the tone a little bit. My mother was a busy black woman. Like, no, we couldn't like disrespect her on some shit like that. But my mother knew that we was cursing and shit. It's bigger fish to fry out here to be worried about if your teenager kid is fucking cursing. They all curse. That's why I don't be understanding with a lot of these kids now having their children and trying to fucking micromanage them with shit you did. Like my niece, she was saying something in the text message before, and the mother was like, "Oh, she cursed, and I don't like that. I don't want my kid talking like that." What was you talking like when you was in 9th grade? What were you talking like? Like, no. And that's why kids love me and have loved me as far as like having real conversation, because I can relate to them, because it's not that long ago that I was in school. I'm telling you, I am the uncle that people they love. Let me tell you something. I know exactly what kids want. Let me tell you this. When my nieces was too young for a phone, my one niece, she figured it out quick. She's just like me. She just funneled that mind. And she was like, "Ooh." And she was like, how old was she? How old was she? Was she like 6 or 7? How old was she? Maybe she was maybe 8 or 9, but I asked her, I said, "What do you want for your birthday?" She said, "I want an iPod Touch." And I said, "You want that iPod Touch because you can't get a phone and you just want something in your hand." And she started laughing. I said, "You just want something in your hand, don't you?" Yep. And she did, because she couldn't get a phone at that
When
age.
severe weather strikes,
Oh shit, hold on.
are often los más frágil.
Hold on. Yeah, I was like, you want something in your hand so you could be mimic these adults. That's exactly what you want. And she started laughing. Yep. And then you know what's so crazy? She's 15-year-old now, and she says she still got her iPad. She said she won't sell it. She said it's nostalgic to her. She won't sell it. I wonder if my other niece got her iPod too. Yep. I know what it is. I know what it is. You want something in your hand. Everybody got something in your hand and you want it. Yep. I sure did. I was in Houston too, and I paid for it at the Apple store, and she went and picked that shit up. Sure did. She wanted that because that iPod was like a life. Like, you get some Wi-Fi on it. Shit, you good as a fucking phone. You can make FaceTime calls on it. You could play your music. That shit is everything. Yeah. So listen, I'm about to get up out of here. Rest in peace to let me make sure I don't want to say her name wrong. I think her name is Khylie. That's an unfortunate situation. Send prayers up to her mom. Oh no, you know what? No, I want to bring this up. That's right. I knew it was something I was supposed to do. I've been up here 43 minutes. I'll make it right under an hour. Let me bring this up from the neighborhood talk, and then I'm gonna get up out of here. Shit is just unfortunate. That baby girl, she didn't deserve that. I want to go down to the first post. I seen that. That's the second post. No, all right. Terrible. So this was the original post. So it says, terrible woman accuses ex-boyfriend of killing her daughter after she refused to take him back. Yes, you should have killed me. Crazy. Do he look like? I mean, you can't judge a book by its cover. They say he got a long rap sheet though. So how could you do this to me? So this is the mom, Glam by Lala. I went to her page too. So how could you do this to me? How could you hurt my baby, somebody I love so much, because I didn't want to be with you? So you come and try to kill me and kill my baby? You are sick. I'm sick to my stomach. Please stay away from these crazy ass niggas. Please. Like, my heart is broken. I'm torn into pieces. I lost a part of me I could never get back. I will never be the same again. Justice for Khylie. Love you, baby. 613. How can you sit on here and say I threatened you when I got over 15 police reports? If that's valid, that means that there's been an issue. Ladies, protect your babies, whether it's a little boy or a little girl. I tell you, so you know what, LaRon, you sitting here like a dumb motherfucker, like you don't know what the fuck is going on. You sitting here like you a dumb motherfucker, like you ain't have some shit. You know what? Yeah. Yeah. So listen, let's continue this. And I'm going to tell y'all this at the end of it. Really brief, high overview. So she's sick to her stomach. 15 police reports from you stalking my house, fucking my car up, harassing me, blowing my phone up, popping up at my house. That gives you the right to shoot my daughter. Like she was just, you know what I'm saying? So I guess this is a text message. You have made my life miserable since we've been together. You put me through so much, man. Leave me alone, she said to him. And he said, bro, I can fix everything. Are you serious, Brittany? And she said, you don't constantly cheat on somebody you love and want to marry, or keep hurting them. And he said, bro, I haven't cheated. What the fuck? She said, please leave me alone. Please, bye. He said, bro, I told you I will give you all my passwords. Bye, Jay. Please don't do me like this. Let me tell you something. You ever know somebody who will lie and he still be lying and saying, you know, I don't know. So that shit is just fucked up, because at the end of the day, it ain't like I don't got no compassion with him, that I don't understand what's going on fully. Like, you know, he's saying that his brother is on another post saying that he didn't do it. But what I'm saying is I'm winded at the fact that a 9-year-old little girl is no longer here. And that's fucked up over a relationship. And the mother was shot too. So who shot her? And let me just say something. They were saying that the mother was a scammer or some shit like that. Now, I will say this, right? In regards to like living in that area, I believe with those apartments, you got to have to finesse some sort of paperwork to be able to live there. Those are nice apartments. I don't know what the mother does, but you paying a nice amount of money to stay there. And if she got 2 kids, they got a 2-bedroom. I mean, I could pull that up after. Let's see. So she posted this with his photo. If you see this evil ass coward, I swear to God, please tell me, please, for my daughter. Please tell me, please, for my daughter, Justice. Let me know. I'm asking you. He needs to feel everything I'm feeling right now. He wears glasses as well. If I don't ask for anything else, I'm asking y'all, please help me find him and get justice for my baby. Justice for Khylie, 613. If y'all see him, he drive a black Camaro, 6 feet, wears glasses. Real name is Jeremiah Jones, in Houston area. Baby just gone. Oh no, this is another post. So that was that post. And then let's go here. This is the brother.
Who is coming from, so you just assuming one person. You know, like even when he was incarcerated, she was like, oh, people watching me and everything. Like people watching my house, watching me. And I'm like, bro, ain't nobody, I say, man, ain't nobody worried about your broke ass. You feel me? You feel me? And we get money. Like we work, you feel me? I got business, we get money. Like we ain't worried about somebody that don't even have $20. So, and it's just nonsense. I'm trying to clear all this up because my brother is 100% innocent.
My only question was, why wasn't the brother talking? You know what I'm saying? That was my own, like, why wasn't the brother speaking for himself?
What are your concerns? Stressful. That's stressful. Like, you know, he over here, he nervous. He nervous, you know. If he wasn't innocent, he'll take off, you know, and leave. We got places all over, but he's innocent.
He said if he wasn't innocent, he would have took off. He got places all over. So it's like, I just feel like just a little bit talking too much. Like now this is all over the internet. Everybody's hearing it. This shit got 278,000 views. And you know that they crawling the internet listening to that shit. Like, man, my whole thing was too, is just plus, even if they didn't have nothing to do with it, it's just like the compassion. This is a little girl who just lost her life. I can't get over that. 9 years old. She just finished out the school year. I think school just ended. You know what I'm saying? Not even 2 weeks out of the school. And it's just like this. Come on. Her mom ain't she ain't deserve that. Her mom ain't deserve that. Could you imagine the pain? Like, nah, man. Come on, man.
And he's willing, if they're willing to go get the video today, he's willing to turn himself in today. Because he wants to prove his innocence, but he know it's hard behind the bars to prove you're innocent. So if they willing to send an officer, the detective, to the 2 gas stations on 45 and Rankin, the Shells, across from the McDonald's on 45 and Rankin, right off the freeway, in the X sign off of 1960 and 45, if they willing to get them videos today, he will turn himself in today. And if they're willing to get the call record from the phone towers, that he's been proven to be on the north side all throughout the night. I was with a whole female all night. You know, I'm gonna fuck your life up. I'm gonna mess your life up. I'm gonna make your life hell. And if I'm not mistaken, she was saying this on the jail phone as well too. But I have the messages. I have like screenshots of her saying, "I'm gonna make your life hell." Like she's. I'm not saying she's crazy, but it's been petty arguments over a cake. She did so much wrong that she don't know who did it. So first person come to her mind and shit. Like, okay, so like, and then like a while ago, like she had called me while I was out to eat with my bro. You don't know who is coming from, so you just.
Man, listen, hold on a second. Let's get into something lighthearted just for a second. I'm gonna be right back. Just give me a second. Hold on. All right.
Here we go, I'm glad I'm doing it all. I'm glad I'm putting it down. I got this thing off the ground. It wasn't easy, yo, when they expect you to lose. And it's your choice if you choose. Keep my movement on the move. Let's go. Here we go, I take the good with the bad. I swear there's no looking back. Just focus on where I'm at. They tried to count me out. Only God knows when I'm done. I'm shining just like the sun. Until then I'm having fun. You feel me? This one goes out to those feeling hopeless. It's a struggle, that's the reason why I wrote this. But take your iPhone out and note this. And type out, turn pain into focus. And keep it moving, stay focused on your routine. Your past failed, let's get you on the new things. That past stuff don't define you. I had to drop this track to remind you. Yo, I did my best after dealing with stress. Keep fighting under pressure, it's all a test. They thought that I was done, yeah, I hear they upset. Assumed that I was finished and they probably had bets. But I just kept on working on my bars, yo. I went from mixtape straight into song mode. Now my CD's got a barcode. All my tracks on iTunes you can download. But yo, this for y'all who persevered, who did it all alone with no person there. Don't even be mad, don't curse or swear, cause the good thing about it is you're prepared. I learned a lesson through the depression. I had to cross people out, yeah, I made corrections. Y'all could count me out, cause I count on me. I'm in a brand new place where I'm proud to be. Let's go. Here we go, I'm glad I'm doing it all. I'm glad I'm putting it down. I got this thing off the ground. It wasn't easy, yo, when they expect you to lose. And it's your choice if you choose. Keep my movement on the move. Let's go. Here we go. I take the good with the bad.
Yeah. All right. So we listened to that audio of the brother saying that he wasn't doing it or whatever. Let's see. Yeah, lyric video. Let's see. A lot of new generation never experienced the craziness of the 90s. So a lot of us were P's and Q's. They look salty, crazy shit. I feel so bad for these kids with these people as parents. Yeah. There's no empathy. That's the crazy thing. It's like nobody cares, right? All right, let me move on from this post. You know, I'm going to come back later and talk about this. I'll probably go live probably like 11:30. We'll talk about that. But let's go to this next post. Let's see. It was a post saying they arrested him. Did they delete it? Okay. So this is the update. So the 22-year-old, put this in your mind. He's 22-year-old. He's 22 years old, and he killed that 9-year-old girl. So essentially, he's like a 13-year-old, and he killed her. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what was going on. I'm not here to judge or anything at all. That shit is senseless, though. For you to put somebody through that type of trauma and pain, he must have hated her. He must have just wanted to fuck her world up. And you know what's so crazy? People, some people look at life as disposable, and if they're gonna hurt you, they know how to do it, and they know how to push the buttons. So I wanted to tell y'all this, right? I don't know why I'm sitting here acting like I don't know nothing about it. Can I tell you something, y'all? One of my good friends, one of my best friends in high school, her mother was dating this guy, right? Her mother was dating this guy. The guy's son ended up getting killed, right? He ended up getting killed when he was in prison. He got released. I think he got to go to his funeral when he was in prison, whatever. Devastating, right? And they was together, and he had kind of like a DMX type spirit. He had kind of like one of those type of spirits, and I think that he used to get high and stuff, right? So my friend's mom, I think she wanted to leave him, and I think he knew. I think she was actually talking to another guy at the time. Maybe she was at his house or something, right? All I will tell you is that the guy tried to kill my friend in the house. She stayed home from school or something that day. And he took a butcher knife and stabbed her all around her head. And the hospital told us, like, when we went to go see her, she had to get her brain stapled and stuff like that. That shit still give me chills. He was really trying to take her out. And he thought that she was dead, and she wasn't. And I remember we was in the room with her, and when she wanted to like hold our hands, when she got her staples in, like as they stapled them in her head, and I just remember her screaming. That shit was just crazy. Yeah, I do have an encounter with somebody's boyfriend doing that. So that shit I'm telling you, I don't know why I forgot about that. Yeah, my friend. Let me see if I could know it now. No, I don't even want to put her information out there if it is online. But yeah, her mother's boyfriend, she was breaking up with him, and she was at home. He tried to and it was so crazy. They said she must have been trying to fight him because all down the staircase on the banister on the wall, her hand was just with blood all on the wall and everything. That shit was just crazy. They ended up moving from there after that. That was crazy. Yeah, he really tried to kill my friend. They said that if he would have stabbed another time on her skull or something, or maybe like a little deeper, that she wouldn't have made it. Yeah, that was heavy. Let me move on, because them stories be making me feel some type of way. Yeah. So listen, y'all, let me know what you think about that story with that 9-year-old little girl. She didn't deserve that shit. And ladies, listen, I know a lot of times y'all be wanting to be like, yo, let me get a nigga because it's like I want to feel safe. I want to feel protected. Sometimes you're better off on your own. And especially when you got little daughters and stuff like that. Well, now, it would have been, not saying it would have been perfect, but it would have been different if she was single and he just tried to take her out. But it's like he wanted to make her hurt. He really wanted to make her hurt. And that happened to her daughter. And it's just like, even with the brother on the phone and stuff, I know you're going to ride for your brother, but it's just like, he should have been speaking for himself. He's 22 years old. Like, and then I just can't get over the fact that it's this little girl. Like, it's like, we really disposing of lives like out here. Like, it just Just a slice of pizza. I ain't like it. Let me just throw it in the trash. Okay, fuck you. Let me just throw it away. Like, you know what I'm saying? That shit is wrong. Yeah, stay single. I'm telling you. Make people prove it. Make them get psychological fucking exams and shit like that. I don't even know how you could really prove it with a person. Let them let them see how they walk it and talk it. I think honestly, before you date somebody, now it's different when you grow up with a person and y'all build together or some shit. But I feel like when you meet somebody now, you kind of need to see how they do, and you need to see they fucking crazy. I don't know how you can just see it, but you just got to be eyes open. I think this is why it's important to set boundaries with people. It's important to not give so much so soon, letting them know where you live at. I don't give a fuck if you got to go 5 to 10 miles down the road one day. Well, shit, gas is high now. So you're going to have to do something, but you need to find ways to maybe like, yeah, not let people know where you stay at. Just kind of be exclusive. You know, people do all types of shit to find you. They'll do all types of shit. They will look up your damn license plate or do some shit. And you know what? This is why, to be honest with you, right? Let me tell you something else. This is why, like, you got to be even careful who you give your phone number to. Do you know that people can look your phone number? People can look up your phone number too. Yeah, you could do that. You got to be completely careful, yo. I just feel bad because listen, you don't hear about this every day. You don't hear about it in cases where they're like, oh, a woman killed a man and, you know, he broke up with her and she killed him. You might hear some little stories here and there, but it don't be like, no, it's not a reoccurrence like these situations. I feel like every day you can do a story on somebody taking out their girlfriend, taking out their wife, or, you know, taking their kids out, trying to take their kids out, killing somebody's kid or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Ah, man. So listen, this is your boy LaRon, female rap elite. Rest in peace to Felicia as well. And rest in peace to the baby girl lost her life. That shit is just fucked up. And, you know, I hope her mother, her family, they get justice for that. I hope that the little kids, her siblings, that they get therapy and that they can, I don't know, where was they when that shit happened? That shit is unfortunate. That shit hurt for real. So listen, I'm up out of here. You can't bring everyone in your home, in your life. That's true. That is very true. So listen, y'all, I'm up out of here. Y'all have a good night. I'm going to be back probably like an hour or two to discuss the Rolling Loud with Nicki Minaj, Young Devin on that bill. So you already know I'm coming back to talk about that. And yeah, so subscribe to the channel. Please make sure that you like the video. And I'm going to be back probably like in an hour or two. You'll see it go up though. So, you know, I'm out though.